Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in another video today. And today we're going to be going over the Cleveland Cavaliers potentially trading for Cameron Johnson and Dorian Finney-Smith. It's been reported by Bleacher Report and NBA Hoops Hype that the Cavaliers are interested in trading for Cameron Johnson and Dorian Finney-Smith, the Brooklyn Nets forwards. The Nets, after trading Mikal Bridges to the New York Knicks, are reported to potentially go on a fire sale and are looking for draft picks. And honestly, I really don't see the Cavaliers and Nets being able to cross a deal. I'm sure that, Kenny Atkinson would definitely love to bring in some former Brooklyn Nets. These are players that, he didn't coach in Brooklyn. Dorian Finney-Smith and Cameron Johnson joined the team late in the 2022-23 season. Kenny Atkinson hasn't coached them since the 2019-20 season, but at the same time, these are two guys who are great three-point shooters, good defensive players. It would be great additions for Cleveland and make their team better. But at the same time, I don't really see Cleveland and Brooklyn being able to make a deal. Maybe they could make a deal on one of these guys, but for both, I don't think that's possible. Right now, Cleveland, if you look at their draft picks, they have a buttload of second-round draft picks to get rid of, but they only have 2 first-round picks, and those 2 first-round picks that they own are late first-round picks. I mean, we're talking about 2000. I think it's like 2030 and like 2029, or it's like 2030 and 2031. And you can't trade consecutive draft picks. I mean, so that's another problem. So you can really only trade one of those first-round picks, and look, I think they'd potentially take 1 first-round pick for one of them, but in a trade where they're giving up both guys, I don't see them, just taking 1 first-round pick. Look, if it's Cameron Johnson, maybe you give him one of your first-round picks out of the 2, whichever the one they want. You add in Max Strus, and you get Cameron Johnson, you get Dorian Finney-Smith. But even though Cleveland has so many player assets to get rid of, they have Max Strus, they have Karis LeVert, they have Ty Jerome, they have George Niang. Those are 4 great players who had good, or Ty Jerome didn't really have a good season, but George and, George, Karis, and Max all had great seasons. But right now, I don't really think adding in players is what Brooklyn is looking for. They're looking for draft picks, and right now, mainly because of the Donovan Mitchell trade, or all because of mainly, I don't know why I said mainly, because of the Donovan Mitchell trade and the draft picks that they sent to Utah, they don't have any first-round picks. They have 2, and the 2 of them are back-to-back years. You can't trade back-to-back draft picks. You can't trade, consecutive draft picks. So with that being said, I don't see Cleveland and Brooklyn getting a deal done. Maybe for just one of these guys, but for both, I don't think so. Cameron Johnson and Dorian Finney-Smith, like I said, both had great seasons, both great three-point shooters, both great defenders. So we'll see where these 2 guys end up. These 2 guys are definitely going to end up somewhere. I think Brooklyn's tearing it apart. I think there are only 2 players in this I think there are 3 players on this Brooklyn Nets roster that are not getting moved whatsoever. I think those 3 players are Cameron Thomas, Nicholas Claxton, who just got a brand new 4-year, $100 million deal, and the final player is their first-round pick from last year, who they really like, and Noah Clowney. I think everybody else on this Brooklyn Nets roster is up for grabs. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and peace out.